Union Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia virtually flags off 6 routes boosting aerial connectivity in northeast India. Inaugurating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav Week, Earth Sciences Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh says India's future growth depends on a science-driven economy. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma visits State Museum in Itanagar, says Northeast culture and tradition are of great significance to our history. Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma stresses formulation of zonal value of tea garden land and simplifying land acquisition. And in T20 World Cup, India to take on England in its first warm-up match this evening. A very good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Saraswati Singha, and now the stories in detail. Union Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia today virtually flagged off 6 routes expanding the aerial connectivity in northeast India. The 6 routes are Kolkata to Guwahati, Guwahati to Aizawl, Aizawl to Shillong, Shillong to Aizawl, Aizawl to Guwahati, and Guwahati to Kolkata. Speaking on the occasion, Scindia said only 6 airports were operational in the northeast in 2014. This has grown to 15 airports in a short span of 7 years, asserting that this highlights the due importance of this government. The minister added that under the Krishi Udan Yojana, 16 airports have been identified to enhance export opportunities of the region. In a related development, the Alliance Airline service between Shillong and Aizawl was inaugurated today. In a bid to boost air connectivity between the East and Northeast region, Alliance air services from Kolkata to Aizawl via Guwahati and Shillong were also inaugurated today. Mizoram Health Minister Dr. R. Lalthang inaugurated the Air Alliance flight between Aizawl and Shillong at the Mizoram Chief Minister's office today as well. Air Alliance announced that it will flag off its flight operations in the route and onwards to Shillong on October 18th. Direct flights will be available from Aizawl to Guwahati and Shillong on the same date. The luxurious 70-seater aircraft will operate 4 days a week on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday.
Update for road transport and highways civil aviation. General Dr. V.K. Singh, Honorable Health Minister of Mizoram, Dr.
Highways and Civil Aviation, General Dr. V.K. Singh Ji, Mission and Communication, Government of Mizoram, and all which many remote quarters of the country have been given air connectivity, mostly in the northeastern region and northwestern and northeastern region. And the introduction of a new air connectivity at this time between, Kolkata, Guwahati, Aizawl, Shillong, Aizawl, Guwahati, Kolkata by Air Alliance Air is another important, step.
Minister of Earth Sciences Dr. Jitendra Singh today said India's future growth depends on a science-driven economy. Inaugurating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav Week being organized by the Ministry of Earth Sciences, Dr. Singh said it is also an occasion to plan for the next 25 years with conscious realization that science and technology is going to be the main currency for the inclusive growth of India. The minister referred to the commemoration of 75 years of India's independence. The Ministry of Earth Science has been catering to various needs of the common people, ranging from agro-meteorological services to conversion of salt water into sweet water through indigenous technology, Dr. Singh added.
Government of India, and also in the realms of scientific endeavors. And as I said, as we go through the 75th year, the next 25 years, science, and particularly so the earth science, which is a relatively younger stream, is going to be the main currency for the inclusive
Union Home Minister Amit Shah is chairing an important meeting with the Director General's Police of all the states in Delhi. Meeting is also attended by heads of CAPF and security agencies. Important issues related to internal security are being discussed in the meeting. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today said the culture and tradition of the Northeast are of great significance to our history and our roots. Visiting the State Museum in Itanagar during a two-day visit to Itanagar to attend a conclave, Sangma expressed his happiness at witnessing the rich diversity and culture of Arunachal Pradesh on display at the State Museum. Sangma also said India's land of rising sun has substantial culture and tradition embedded in its history. The state's many tribes symbolize diversity and its rich fabric interwoven with the stories of Arunachal Pradesh, Sangma asserted. He added that he is mesmerized by its colors and history.
Same time, I'm here to visit the museum here in Itanagar. It's a really beautiful museum, really well maintained, and it is really giving a very clear picture of the diverse historical and cultural diversity this state has. It was really nice to see the kind of archaeological artifacts that are out here, which I never knew was there. So therefore, it's really giving a great representation of the diversity and the rich culture that Arunachal Pradesh has. And I would like to urge all tourists and citizens of our country, in fact, they should come and see this museum because it's really a great showcase of the diversity that our great country has.
Expressing deep appreciation and gratitude to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah and other central leaders over the renaming of Mount Harriet at Kalapani in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands to Mount Manipur, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said it is indeed a proud moment for the people of the state, asserting that Prime Minister Modi has been according special attention to Manipur. The Chief Minister informed media persons that the people of the state are overwhelmed after the announcement. Singh stressed that Shah paid rich tributes to Maharaj Kulachandra and 22 other martyrs of the Anglo-Manipur War of 1891 who were exiled and imprisoned in Kalapani after the British witnessed their great courage, spirit and love for the motherland. In a massive crackdown against drug cartels underway in Manipur, the state chief minister N. Biren Singh said the Manipur police today arrested 2 individuals along with 40 soap cases of heroin from Imphal. The state government's sustained efforts on the war on drugs mission has been giving sleepless nights to major drug lords, the chief minister added. Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma today held a meeting with the officials of the Revenue and Disaster Management Department for formulation of zonal value of tea garden land and simplifying land acquisition. In a tweet, the Chief Minister said empowering deputy commissioners for issuing land sale permission in tribal belts and blocks was also on the agenda. In the Men's 2020 Cricket World Cup, India will play 2 warm-up games ahead of its clash against arch rivals Pakistan on the 24th of this month in Dubai. The men in blue will play their first warm-up match against England today, which will begin at 7:30 p.m. Indian time at Dubai International Stadium. India's second practice match will be against Australia on Wednesday at the same venue at 3:30 p.m. Indian time. The Men's T10 World Cup was earlier scheduled to be held in India but was shifted to the UAE and Oman. The Board of Control for Cricket in India remains the host of the event. The UAE will host the Super 12 stage and the knockout games at 3 venues in Dubai, Sharjah and Abu Dhabi, while Oman will host the Super 12 qualifier matches. Now, COVID update from across the nation. India has administered over 97 crore 79 lakh doses of COVID vaccine so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Union Health Ministry said more than 12 lakh 5,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The ministry said 19,582 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours and the national recovery rate has reached 98.12%. More than 3 crore 34 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. The country reported 13,596 new cases in last 24 hours. India's active case load is around 1,89,000. The active cases constitute less than 1% of the total cases and it is currently at the 0.56%, the lowest since March last year. The daily positivity rate stands at 1.37%. The ministry say the testing capacity across the country continues to be expanded and more than 59 crore 19 lakh COVID-19 tests have been conducted so far. In the update on the COVID scenario in the Northeast, Arunachal Pradesh reported 140 active cases, while the caseload for released cases is 54,567. The tally for the dead is 280. Reporting 2,089 active cases, Assam has notched up 5,97,082 discharged cases. The death toll is 5,950. Embroiled with 1,422 active cases, Manipur has 1,19,418 discharged cases, even as the death account for 1,897. With 845 active cases in its kitty, Meghalaya has recorded 80,673 cured cases, even as the death toll is 1,435. Mizoram is saddled with 11,633 active cases, while released cases numbered 1,829. The tally for the dead is 386. Nagaland count for active cases is 248, even as the discharged caseload is 30,689. The death toll is 674. In Sikkim, active cases caseload is 174, even as cured cases account for 31,184. The tally for the dead is 391. Reporting 104 active cases, Tripura has notched up 83,401 released cases. The dead account for 816. Again in Meghalaya, while Miki Shela Juai MLA inaugurated an ambulance which was bought from the Special Rural Works Program 2021-22. The ambulance was handed over to Dorbar Shnong Lalong at the function which was held at Lalong Juai. The function was attended by MDC Okto Mewad Lamin, among others. Addressing the function, Wailat Miki Shela urged the Dorbar to set up a mechanism for smooth functioning and proper utilization of the ambulance. A Clean India waste collection program was organized on the Kamakhya temple premises by the Nehru Yuva Kendra, Kamrup Metropolitan District and State Director, Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan, Guwahati. Organized to propagate the mantra of a Clean India, Safe India to generate Jan Bhagidari, it is a program that has been underway since October 1st all over India, the organizers informed. Volunteers of the organization collected waste materials from areas where access to collect the garbage was difficult. Plastic waste is one of the main issues when it comes to waste management.
मां कामाख्या मंदिर परिसर में हम लोगों को प्लास्टिक गार्बेज कलेक्शन और सफाई का प्रोग्राम तय किए थे। इसके लिए हमारे सारे एनवाईके के वॉलंटियर्स लोग, हमारे रीजनल डायरेक्टर जैकी रुइया, हमारे अशोक कुमार जी हेडक्वार्टर के असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर, ये सब लोग हम लोग यहाँ पे इकट्ठा हो करके ये सारा गार्बेज देख रहे हैं। हम लोग वहाँ पे गार्बेज मतलब डंपिंग था जहाँ पे लोगों को जाना मुश्किल था। हम लोग रस्सी से ऐसे एंकरिंग करके वहाँ से गार्बेज, प्लास्टिक गार्बेज को हम लोग इकट्ठा करके प्लास्टिक में जमा किए हैं।
And to end the news, the main points once again. Union Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia virtually flags off 6 routes boosting aerial connectivity in Northeast India. Inaugurating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav Week, Earth Sciences Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh says India's future growth depends on a science-driven economy. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma visits State Museum in Itanagar, says Northeast culture and tradition are of great significance to our history. Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma stresses formulation of zonal value of tea garden land and simplifying land acquisition. And in T20 World Cup, India to take on England in its first warm-up match this evening. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.